Pocket FM.
To unlock all the episodes, click the link in bio.
Duke Edgar, impatient and dismissive of Katrina's attempts to control him, departs her home with a young girl, Sally, in tow. Despite his curt demeanor and Sally's fear, he insists on carrying his wife's bags himself. Sally, terrified of the Duke and unsure of why she's been summoned, fears for her life. Had she truly done something to warrant his scrutiny? Or was this a game, a cruel jest played by fate? What awaited her in the Duke's carriage? And what of Alessandra, the woman who had summoned her? What part did she play in this unfolding drama?
Well, Sally's eyes drifted from Edgar to the ground, as if it were the most interesting thing in the world. Alessandra asked me to tie sheets together and hold on to them as she went out the window. I became scared because the Baron wanted her to open the door, so I released the sheets, causing her to almost fall to the ground. And? Edgar motioned for her to carry on after she stopped talking. There is nothing else, Sally softly replied. She did not know what more she needed to say. You are shaking with fear as if you have done something worse. You did something idiotic, but Alessandra does not seem to care about it. If she doesn't care about this small matter, why would I care? Edgar asked Sally. There are bigger things to be dealt with than you. His opinion of her changed from being nothing to a scaredy cat. People like Sally, who were scared easily, were not the best type to have around. If Alessandra were to be in danger again, there was a strong possibility Sally would run away rather than help Alessandra. He could pick out someone more reliable for Alessandra if this Sally girl proved to be useless. Do you desire to work for my wife? I will only let you step into my carriage if you give an honest opinion of Alessandra. If you lie to me, then you will be in trouble. Speak quickly before the cook arrives. Edgar looked past Sally to where Mario was coming with the bags. I don't know what to think of Alessandra. There are many rumors surrounding her face, cursing someone. I rarely had any interactions with her as I worked under Kate. Why does it seem you are creating more reasons for why I should not take you? Edgar unintentionally glared at Sally. The fact that she once worked for Kate made her untrustworthy. Sally took one step back to get away from the suffocating atmosphere around Edgar. I am only speaking the truth, as you asked me to. The truth can annoy me, too. We will continue our conversation in the carriage. Get in, said Edgar. Her reply was honest, even though it annoyed him. They had no more time to waste standing around conversing, as the cook was now right beside them, and the butler was not too far behind. Edgar did not trust Mario, even though he claimed to be Alessandra's friend. No harm will come to me? Sally had to be certain before she took the carriage to her death. Being tortured by Kate was much better than dying. If you are not in the carriage before everything is packed up, consider it your fault for being left behind with these people. Make your decision quickly. Edgar wasn't Sally's motivation buddy to be encouraging her to get in the carriage. He already said there would be no trouble. Was she wishing for him to harm her? Annoyed with Sally already, Edgar got into the carriage, but left the door open for her to quickly make a choice. I would go with him. It is much better than staying here where you know Kate has it out for you. You can get paid more if you go with him. Go! Mario urged Sally.
And so, Sally, caught between the devil and the deep blue sea, found herself confused. She had to make a choice quickly. Was she walking into a gilded cage or escaping a far worse fate? Had she traded one mistress for another, or was this a chance at something more? And what of Alessandra? Did she even know Sally was leaving? And if so, did she care? Sally's life had just taken a dramatic and potentially dangerous turn. What awaited her at the end of this journey? And would she ever see Alessandra again?
Hey, I'm Alessandra. If you're wondering what happens next, Download the Pocket FM app now and listen to the exciting episodes of The Duke's Masked Bride.
Sally, fearing repercussions from a mistake involving Alessandra, is questioned by Edgar. Despite her fear and hesitation, and a warning from Mario, she's pressured into his carriage, leaving behind the threat of Kate, but facing an uncertain future with Edgar and Alessandra's mysterious circumstances. And so, Sally, caught between the devil and the deep blue sea, found herself confused. She had to make a choice quickly. Was she walking into a gilded cage or escaping a far worse fate? Had she traded one mistress for another, or was this a chance at something more? And what of Alessandra? Did she even know Sally was leaving? And if so, did she care? Sally's life had just taken a dramatic and potentially dangerous turn. What awaited her at the end of this journey? And would she ever see Alessandra again?
He knew where Sally lived, and when he wanted to know about Alessandra, he could go to Sally's home.
What a hero,
Edgar said out loud in a dry tone.
He should change his job title from cook to hero.
I really hate that man, Mario muttered, going to the back of the carriage to place Alessandra's bags.
Are you staying?
James questioned Sally as he passed by with a canvas and a bag. He didn't understand why the young girl was overthinking and taking so long to go with the Duke. He already told her to go with the Duke for a better life. Did she want to end up blackmailed like him? No, Sally made up her mind. As long as she served Alessandra properly, there would be no need to worry about her life. She was certain she could please Alessandra. However, the Duke was another story. She was completely terrified of him and thought even the slightest actions she did might anger him.
Normally, I would have left you here,
Edgar spoke as she entered the carriage. He didn't enjoy others having to convince her to work in his home.
I am not the type to beg anyone to work with me. It is normally the other way around. You are lucky that I am trying to keep up being a wonderful husband.
Says the man who killed his wife's... Sally trailed off as the realization she said this out loud hit her. I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking.
There is no need to apologize. By noon, that is what the entire town will be saying. I would kill him again if time were reversed. Actually, I would torture him rather than give him a quick death.
I see, Sally whispered. She was confused as to why their conversation went to death and torture. Before her family was ruined by debt, she had the pleasure of being in the same room as the Duke, not as a servant, but as a lady. It was only now she realized how she spent more time admiring his looks rather than getting to know him. The boy which Sally once had a crush on now scared her as an adult. It was her mistake to only go by appearances and rumors from the other young women who liked Edgar. They were the ones to say Edgar was like a charming prince waiting to swoop his princess off her feet. Sally could only cringe at the thought now. Edgar was the evil prince waiting to kill the entire kingdom.
Why are you staring at me so much? I am a married man, you know.
Edgar happily interrupted Sally's daydream.
The carriage rumbled along the cobblestone streets, carrying Sally further and further away from the familiar comfort of her old life. The Duke's words echoed in her mind, a chilling mix of casual cruelty and unsettling honesty. She'd glimpsed the darkness beneath the charming facade, a darkness that made her heart pound in her chest. She'd thought she knew Edgar, the handsome boy from her youth, but the man before her was a stranger, a monster wrapped in silk and smiles. Her future stretched before her, a terrifying unknown. She was determined to serve Alessandra well, to find some measure of safety in her service. But could she ever truly be safe in the house of a man who spoke so casually of murder? And what secrets lay hidden behind his charming smile? Was his confession about his late wife the whole truth, or just another carefully crafted performance? Sally's journey had just begun, and the road ahead was shrouded in shadows.
Hey, I'm Alessandra. If you're wondering what happens next, download the Pocket FM app now and listen to the exciting episodes of The Duke's Masked Bride.
Pocket FM.
To unlock all the episodes, click the link in bio.